Hey, welcome back for another deep dive. We always like to take a look at something that's really piqued our interest in the news cycle.
Hmm.
And this time we found an independent article that really made us scratch our heads.
hmm
It's called America Loves His Policies as Donald Trump Hits Highest Approval Rating of Either Term. Here's how much he has got in a new poll. So we're going to take a look at this poll and see if we can figure out what it all means.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting.
So this poll was conducted by CBS News and YouGov.
Okay.
And it was done in early February, so really just the first few weeks of Trump's second term. And it shows that his approval rating is the highest it's ever been during either of his presidencies.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? Like, considering where his numbers were at the end of his first term in 2021, it's a huge jump.
Yeah, that is a big shift. I wonder if the article mentions anything about what might be causing that.
Well, they point to a few things.
Mhm.
Right off the bat, Trump signed a bunch of executive orders,
Mm.
the kind he likes,
Yeah. I
on things like energy and tariffs, and he even took some pretty strong stances against drug cartels. So, those are all things that appeal to a certain part of the population,
Right. For sure.
but they're also pretty controversial. So
I
it's interesting to see that they seem to be driving up his approval rating.
Yeah, that is fascinating because there was also a lot of controversy surrounding some of those moves too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The article mentions a few specific instances.
Right. And so how does that square with the high approval rating? Doesn't that seem kind of paradoxical?
It does, right. It's
It,
like, how can someone be doing things that are seen as controversial, but still have their approval rating go up?
well, I think it comes down to a couple of things.
Okay.
First of all, you have to remember that these policies might be controversial to some people, but they also really resonate with a certain segment of the population. People who are concerned about the economy or national security or who just want a leader who they see as strong and decisive. I see. So it's like those policies are speaking directly to their anxieties and desires.
Exactly. And for those people, the controversies might not outweigh the perceived benefits of those actions.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then you also have to remember that it's still really early in his term. This poll is just a snapshot in time.
Right.
Like, one of those "you are here" markers on a map. It tells you where things stand at a specific moment. But the journey can take a lot of turns,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the article did mention a margin of error, right?
plus or minus 2.5%.
So those numbers could definitely shift as things progress.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we have to remember the bigger context here. This is Trump's second term.
Right. He served once before Biden.
He's already served as president and lost to Biden, and now he's back in the Oval Office, which is pretty remarkable in itself.
That is, yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest takeaway here?
Well, I think it really shows just how complex presidential approval ratings are. It's not just about specific policies, it's about broader perceptions of leadership, the state of the economy, international events, all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's a constantly moving target.
Exactly.
So for you listening out there, what do you think are the biggest factors contributing to this shift in Trump's approval rating? What makes a president popular in your eyes? Think about that as you go about your day.
It's something to consider.
It's a real deep dive into how we think about political leadership.
Mhm.
And hey, if you come up with any aha moments, we'd love to hear them. We're always up for more exploration. Until next time, keep digging deeper.